Hey guys, you're watching Someone and Nanny. My name is AJ and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. Oh yeah, did you see this? I've put a load of trees around the hotel and around the moat. I think it looks really cool. Really fills up this area. I'm trying to fill it up ready for episode 100. You know, the big world tour. 100 episodes, that's crazy to think that we've spent that much time here. But it's not quite there yet. But I need to bone meal this bit up just a little bit. Look, if we get some bone meal here, this will give a little bit of texture down to this sort of ground floor. Not too much. You don't spam it all the way. But you just get like a few little gaps of just grass. And then the rest is like long grass and some flowers. You only need to do it along the front because people aren't going to look that far back. But just wherever you can see it from like a path side, you just do that. And now look at that side. And look at that side. Hey, looks much more fuller. Looks a lot deeper, a lot thicker. I really like that. I've also gone round and I have fixed some of the, or all of the rides that had been broken due to updates and changes with redstone and stuff like that. Because this series is, my voice, this series has been going on for quite a while. And things have changed since we first started it. So the auto spleef had to be repaired. The, what is it called? The villager drop, where you shoot the minecart. I've fixed that as well. All ready for a really fun world tour. I can't wait for that. Today, though, we're going to be working back here. I really want to hopefully get this finished by episode 100. What episode is this? This is episode like 95, I think. So we've got 5 episodes to finish this off. And hopefully finish that off as well. That would be really cool if we could finish both off by then. I'm not quite sure if it's possible. Last episode we finished off by sort of realising that this forested side, if we were going to do it how we were, was going to be a little bit overpowered with the amount of cover that it was going to have. Now we are going to have to trim some of these. I'm going to have to turn my volume down on my TV because that was like super loud. There we go. Have to trim away some of these. Just to give us a little bit more room, but there's just going to be an awful lot of cover on this side. So we're going to have to add a load of broken down houses and stuff on this side to match up. You've also got cactuses as well. That was something that I forgot and you guys mentioned to me. Well, of course cactuses. Why did I not think of that? It does give cover. It's also dangerous, very pointy cover. But nevertheless, it is cover. And then the walls. You guys have sent in some ideas for the walls. I wish I could get rid of these hiccups. You said, or the most common one was white wool. No, not wool. Not wool. Clay. White clay, yellow clay, and lime clay. And then do it in those colours. So they were saying a white one at the bottom to break up the colours. I agree. Let's get a splash potion as well. And then on the yellow side, we obviously do yellow. We have the orange over there to make that pit stand out. And we have like a dark green over there to make that stand out. So I really like that. And then this goes up here. I might change that wool out for the clay as well, just so they match. I do prefer, in my opinion, I prefer clay over wool. The colours are a lot softer, a lot nicer to use. If we do that, maybe. And then how high do we want this? Do we want this? I think 4 blocks high might be enough. If we put a white streak along the top, that gives a really cool look, I think. Yeah, I think I'll change up these colours as well, because that looks like it stands out a little bit too much. Well, I suppose we might be able to get away with just doing that one. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I don't think we need it any higher than that. Obviously, no matter how high we make it, people are probably going to be able to parkour up high enough to look over it anyway. And it's not a standalone map. It's on a theme park, so it doesn't really matter that we can see other things. But that'll go around the outside. I'll get that done by the end of this episode. I'm sure we'll have to cut away at some point, I imagine. So I think we need to concentrate on how many trees we can actually get down in this area. I like the look of the trees. The jungle trees by far are the best trees to go for because of their height on most of them. We might remove some of these shorter ones completely and just grow the tallest ones. I think that will look better than having the short ones back, because the short ones, they do get in the way and it makes arrows very hard to hit, because arrows you have to sort of shoot upwards and then they sort of fall down with gravity. So having these in the way, if you stand here, I think you'll probably find that you're impossible to hit from that side, because if you shoot at me, you'll hit on the ground, and if you shoot above me to hit me, you'll hit the leaves. So I think those sort of trees need to come down, but we do need more trees. I like that one. We need more trees to be able to get the sort of camouflage feel of these tanks. It's a very delicate balance that we've got to try and get, and I think this side is going to set the tone for how much cover we give the desert side. If this turns out okay without having too many trees, then we can just add a similar amount of cover on the other side. If we end up needing too much cover, that should be okay. If we end up needing too much cover on this side, then we might have to rethink our strategy. That's too short. I know it's behind the tank, but I'd rather have the sort of taller trees than these shorter ones. They don't take too long to chop down either. These have, I think these have like the least amount of leaves out of other trees, it seems to me. There we go. That's a tall enough one. We'll have one more here. Need to be careful not to go wider than the what do you call it? Setup of the room. Now, is that enough on this side? Because you got to remember, yeah, that's enough. That looks really nice with the tank poking out there. That's really, really nice. I love that side. Okay. And we're going to bone meal the ground anyway a little bit, which I think is going to make the place look really, really nice. I'm half tempted to do a little gravel path. Hey, like where these cars are, to almost look like a road. That could look really nice, like a little 5-way. And we might even break the path up a little bit afterwards. We'll do it a solid path first, just to see if we like it. And then if we do like it, we can then mix in some dirt here and there. Coarse dirt would be lovely for this. That gives us like an extra block. We don't currently have that on console, which is a shame. I'm sure it'll be coming very, very soon. And if and if the update is already out, where we've now got coarse dirt, I apologise. This was recorded a little bit earlier, literally maybe a day or two before the update came out. Probably a day minimum, because I don't record that far ahead. I'm always worried about that. That's why I don't talk about updates all that much, because it happened in the last update. When the last update came out, I had about 3 days. Oops. I had about 3 days of videos that I had pre-recorded. Only about 3 days, if that, maybe 2 days. But because the update was sort of sprung on us and we didn't expect it, it sort of knocked me back a little bit. And I was like, oh, now I've got to put out these videos that have an update behind. Not that it's really that much of a problem, to be fair. But it did sort of surprise me a little bit that they just released it without warning. Annoys me a little bit. I like to get ready for the updates, you see. I do like to get ready and think about what I want to do as soon as the update comes out. I should really just think about it now. There are a couple of series that I actually want to do. Definitely one series that for sure I want to start when we get mesa biomes. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be like another one of those sort of mini-series like our Nether Castle one. They're not really mini-series, but they're like sort of the creative Let's Build. I do love those. Okay, I like that path. It looks too neat, though. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go and get around with some grass. And we're going to split up the edges a little bit. We'll go down one edge first. So we go down here, just randomly place a few blocks. Okay, like this. And then on the front. And then we're going to work down this way. This will give a really cool design. This works well in a survival world as well. Like if you're building a path in survival and you want it to look not quite as neat as a perfect path would. This is a brilliant tactic. So we're going to go around the outside first. I always find it makes it a little bit easier. Like so. And then you're going to go down the middle just a little bit, not too much. And what you're going to try and do is where the wheels are. Well, yeah, we should do wherever the wheels are, we should do more grass. And where the car goes over the middle, we leave mostly gravel. And then it looks like that's sort of where the tyre marks are. I think we'll also mix in a little tiny bit of brown wool as well. Or, no, brown clay, brown stained clay. Because that will then look like the tyres have been there. Something like this. And that should be good. Yeah. Look at that for a broken up path. That looks pretty cool. And then let's get a little bit of Oh, that's pretty nice. Grey stained clay. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. You can see exactly where the wheels would be. So I think pretty much in nearly all of the places where the wheels would be, we're going to do this. Not all of them. We're going to leave some of them blank. But that's going to look really, really cool. That's like where it's worn away. And it's just like hard ground there instead. Like that. Yeah. That looks cool. That looks really, really cool. Okay, let's tree up this side. We could come out a little bit further with trees as well. What else would you have in a forest? Not much more than trees. We could, I want to terraform it up a little bit with some dirt. Like how we've got on that side, how we've got those little lumps of sand. We'll be doing the same on this side as well. To make it even. I want to keep that tank free at the front. For two reasons. One, so we can see it from the other side. But secondly, so we can actually fire the gun. And it'll go somewhere. We need to make sure... Oh yeah, we're using clay. So if it does hit the wall, it's not going to set the wall on fire and burn the whole thing to the ground. Pretty sure fire spread is off on this anyway. But... Fire... That's weird, actually. Fire charges from ghasts do explosive damage. And yet, from as far as I can tell, they don't explode when fired out of a dispenser. And they're both fire charges. They both look like fire charges. They must have some different properties. But I've never had it. I don't mind having a small tree at the back there. Yeah, whoops. Whenever I've fired one out of a dispenser, though, it's always made a fire on the floor. I don't think it's ever exploded. I don't think so. Anyway, alright, that's pretty cool. We've got the trees up. I think that's enough trees. We don't want to sort of over-encumber the area. This tree's going to have to go, though. We'll grow a larger tree there. I don't want to take away... That's this one. I don't mind the one next to it. Well, no, that'll go as well. I'll redo those. And I'm going to put the wall up around the outside as well, so we can get a really good idea of how things are going to look once sort of completed. So I'm going to do that, guys, and I'll be right back. You know, I think we might be able to finish this today completely. Might be able to. We've been working super hard. Look at it, hey? It's looking so cool. Now the walls are up. It almost looks near a completed state. It's crazy how much that done. Before, it always looked very unfinished, but now the walls are up. Wow. And I really like the colour choice. Great choice from you guys for that. I very much appreciate it. I think that's good. Okay, so I've put a couple of little lumps up as well. It gives a little bit more dynamic ability, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to make up words here to the map. Either way, it looks good. Let's have another one over here. Seeing as though we haven't got any houses or cactus or stuff like that. It's a shame that we don't have too high or 2 block tall ferns and stuff like that, because that would look sick in the jungle as well. That would be really, really cool. As far as other cover stuff go, I don't think that this side needs any. I think it would be a little bit unfair if we do. I was thinking about, you know how in a jungle biome, you've got those little bushes on the floor made out of one log block and then some leaf blocks around it? That would look really cool down here, but the only trouble is that we've already got a lot of cover, what with the vehicles and with the trees and everything like that. I don't want to overdo it at all. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's do a little bit of bone meal. This is something that I'm going to use very sparingly, though. We're just going to dot it around here and there. And then we'll go around afterwards and see if there's any spaces where we think that it would benefit with more. So we're going to go like this. And on this side, do definitely a bit on the top. I wanted to like do the top and the bottom, so it looks like it sort of runs down the hill a little bit. So like this. Over in the corners here. And we definitely need a way in. That's something that we haven't done yet. We haven't got a way in or out of the place. I was thinking about having it there. So on the opposite side to the reset button. The only trouble is that we can't really get a road through here too easily. So it's going to have to be on that side. And I think what we'll do is we'll probably, maybe, you know what, we could knock like that out and we could knock that out. And then have, no, we can't do it there. We could do it here. Like that. And then do it there. And that would work out fine because we can carpet along the top there and stair. Yeah, we'll be able to hide up that redstone. No problem. Okay, let's have a look with the bone meal down now. Yeah, I think if we had a little bit of bone meal there, it looks great from the front. I like that. And what about from back here? Yeah. Okay, I think the green side is done. I really like the look of that. I really do like the look of that. Okay, on this side is going to be a little bit harder to do the cover with. We're going to need some sand because I really want to make these mounds a little bit bigger than what they are. On the other side, on the green side, I ended up doing them quite a lot larger by accident, but I prefer them being a little bit larger than what these ones are. So I'll put this down. I want to do another house. And we need to hide up the redstone. Mind you, I can probably do that. Just hide up this piece of redstone. That's really boring, though. We can just use the same colours as what we have been using to do that with. Okay, and let's enlarge this one. Just a smidge. Just a little smidge. Like this. And then... there we go. And then the same on this side. Okay, and then we need another... Definitely one more house. And then I think probably the cactuses will give enough cover to this side as well. We'll judge it as we go. We'll judge it as we progress. But let's have another house over here. That side seems to be pretty covered in cover. Anyway, with the tank and the Jeep. We could put a house back here. It is very far back. Mind you, that's probably a good idea. Okay, let's get rid of... What blocks do we use over here? I want to keep them the same. Okay, we use that one. We used that one. We used that one. We needed a door. We need a fence. And that's about it. Okay, and they're going to be pretty similar design anyway. So I'll probably build this one with you. And then after that, we shall cut away and do the rest off camera if I need to, depending on the time. Okay, so we're going to go around with like a broken down house look. Like that. I want more cover... voice. More cover on the front than on the back, obviously. Something like that. And like that. We'll put where the door would go. Oops. Where the door would go. Like this. And then get a little bit of a roof down. Break up those two. Something like that. And the same on this side. I think on this side, though, I'm going to do the cover up the center. Something like that. Like a broken down house. You can definitely see like where the house is. In fact, the door on the front would look... Oops. Oh dear. Door on the front would look the best here. If I could get this door to place right. There we go. Take that one away. Yeah. You can definitely see that that is like a door. And that's definitely a house. Okay, wonderful. And then we put a little bit of debris around the outside. Like the house is literally being blown up or something like that. Okay, a few of these about. I like this house better than the one we built last episode. It looks more like a house and sort of looks a little bit more broken down as well. Okay, and then a few of these about. My dogs might bark in a minute. I can see someone pulling up outside my house. Okay, let's have one on the inside as well. Okay, cool. What do we use the fence posts for? Oh, yeah, for windows. Let's put one in there. And then put one in like that. Yeah, that's cool. No, I do like that house as well. Okay, I definitely think we need another one, though. I think I'm going to do it more towards the front as well. Like a very, an ultra-offensive point to attack from. Or defend from, almost. So let's do one right up here as well. Something like this. Trying to get the house design the same throughout. Get a little bit of consistency, that's the word. Through the whole thing. Not that one there. Let's put a fence post there for a window. And one there. We'll have a door on the back of this one. And then a few roof blocks on top. Let's go all the way along on that one. I like leaving the upside down ones in as well. It sort of keeps that broken look. And then up to the top there where we'll do it that way. Nope, I wanted it upside down. That way. With a couple of slabs along the top. Yeah, so you can definitely see how that would have gone. Okay, and then maybe a little bit on this side as well. Just like that. Wonderful. On the inside. You know, what about tables. If we get like a wooden pressure plate, I went past it. A wooden pressure plate. We could easily put like a little table as like old furniture that survived. Almost like Fallout, if you guys have ever played Fallout. It reminds me of that sort of style. Let's have one where the corner would be there. And then in this one, we'll have one right there. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, look at that. Pow, 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 pow. Okay, that's really, really cool. I love that. Let's get some cactuses down. Cacti. 3 high and 4 high, I think I want to do. So that would be... That's a 5 high one. That's a... Oh, no, that was 4 high. That's actually quite big, isn't it? Yeah, I like that, though. And then a couple of 3 high ones. I want quite a few of these, I think. And we do have the option for a little bit of greenery. Well, not greenery, but a little bit of bushes and stuff for this side. Because, obviously, dead bushes grow in the desert, don't they? They grow in desert biomes. Let's have one in the middle. Uh-huh. Yeah, you know what? There's actually more cover than you think at first on this side. It might still be a little unbalanced, but it's not terribly bad. I don't think we need any path on this side for the Hummer. Okay, let's do it like that then. And then one up there. One up there. One right at the back here. We could make our own custom cactuses as well, like how we did on this world, actually, around the pub. Wasn't it the Western style pub? We made our own cactuses out of wool and buttons and stuff like that. It looks cool, but they're very big. They're a little bit too oversized for this map. That looks really, really cool, though. I like that. I really do like that, in fact. Yeah, that's like 2 completely contrasting sides, for sure. I'm half tempted to put 1 sand block right there. Do you know what I mean? Then it sort of keeps that point to it. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Right. I'm very, very, very impressed with how this is looking. I think the only bit it left is to cover up the redstone on either side, which is a 2-second job. All that's going to require, if you guys do want to know, is a white wool. We'll worry about that in a minute. Let's go 1 wider. Like this. Yeah, perfect. And down here, splash potion. Hashtag splash me. And then yellow up this outside, just to keep the sort of uniform look. Like this. And then we go with a white one around the top, around this level. It's not going to be the top because of the redstone, but just to match it into the wall. And then from here, we can then go with more yellow for as high as we really need to go. So we want to keep those dispensers open for the fireworks to come out. In fact, I think you can place a block on top of them anyway. We'll have a go. We'll have a look. If I do another yellow lay, no, not to. We got to keep the colour the same, don't we? If we do this around here, that does look pretty cool. That goes there. That goes there. We'll also, I think we'll probably hide it up at the front. So if we do that, yeah, that looks really cool actually. And then that one with the white ones between and on top. Aha, that hides it up quite well. And then yellow one goes over the top of the lights. And how are we going to cover this up? Yellow? Just with yellow? Or with white? White would probably look better. But we've got that redstone. If we do a yellow block 1 block higher, that'll look pretty good. Like this. And then, do we just leave it like that? Or do we put that... Oops. Do we put that like that? Let's give it a test. Let's see if the fireworks still come out. In fact, let's test it like that first. And if we just get a lever. They didn't come out. What about like that? No. Oh. Sort of. They didn't quite go as high as what I would have thought. Yeah, it's like they really struggled to get through. In fact, only the left one got through that time. But if we do it like this... Yeah. Okay. I don't think you're ever going to get high enough to see that anyway. So I suppose we could put one block there and one block there. We can't do it on the other side because of the redstone. No, you could hide that redstone up better. There's just no real point for me. But that looks pretty cool. So that's how we can hide the redstone up on both sides. As far as the door goes, I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to have like a chamber out here where we can get equipped with weapons and stuff like that. So I'm going to set that room up and then we'll do that together and get ready to finish off the episode. Alright guys, be right back. Alright, so the redstone is now hidden up on both sides, just doing the starter room now. I've also got an anvil so we can name the levers. I still haven't done that. Not that it really matters, but it is something that I want to do. Let's get a white carpet. A white carpet. Oops, I didn't get it. Let's get a white carpet to go down the middle. That one could go. I've used stairs to hide up where exactly the redstone's going to go. Or where the redstone is. These stairs, you see, if we... Oh, damn it, I got rid of it. I got my words all in a muddle then. Let's grab that back. Okay, so these stairs can go over the redstone. And they don't cut off the circuit, which is great. So it means that the reset button will still work. Did that do it? I think I saw it do it. Yeah, you can see that little white block move there. So that's a way that you can easily sort of cover up redstone that's so close without worrying about cutting off the circuits. Very, very useful. Okay, and up here. Wow, we had like the biggest thunderstorm last night. You wouldn't believe how loud that got. It was like a thunderstorm, but most of it was lightning. It was really weird, really quite spooky. I'm not scared of thunder and lightning, but my other half is. She was not enjoying it. It was quite flashy everywhere all the time. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that as a starter room. And then if we put down just it doesn't need to be a very high roof in here. We are going to have some sort of lighting though. In fact, we could probably easily put lighting in here by this going there and that going there, and that... Oh, it does. I shouldn't light that. Like that. Wonderful. Nailed it. Okay, so we've got a little bit of light in there then. That should be enough lighting in here. I can't see you needing any more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab some green wool, full green blocks, to go down there, and a full yellow block to go down in the corner there. So then we can put a chest on top, one there and one there, in order to put down our bows. And bows are the only weapons that you're going to have. We could get some affinity bows, so if we grab like a ton of them, like this, we grab an anvil. Let's just stick that down anywhere for now. And we put down... oh, we need the books as well, don't we? We need infinity books. Infinity books. I think it's this last one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And we're going to need a few of those, aren't we, actually? They're gone again. There we go. So if we do... I think 8 will be fine on each. Or 4 on each side. And that gives us a 4v4, which would be great. So there's 1, 2. Not that way round. Why can't you do it that way round? 3, 4, 5. Oops, not carpet. Yeah, I don't think you need anything more than 4 people on each side. I think it would get a little bit too much if you had any more than that. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That last one can be forgotten about. We need the anvil there. Okay, so we'll do that. And we'll do this. This might be a little bit of a longer episode, seeing as we're finishing everything off, but it doesn't matter. So let's now get the levers. And we need to rename this one to red flag, I think. We'll call that... No, not red flag. What am I doing? Green. Red? Green flag? It's because usually it's like red versus blue. green flag and yellow flag. Yellow flag. Right, like so. Boop. Now we want the yellow flag on the green side, because that's what they're retrieving. So we're going to put the yellow flag in that one. And we're going to put the green flag in this one. So then they have to swap round, and then the levers get put into the right chests automatically. Wonderful. And then I think we'll get some leather armor or leather caps. Just some leather caps, I think. We don't want to be too overkill with this. So we need 8 of those. And then we need yellow dye. I can do this on my head, can't I? Like that. Oh, this is not easy to do. There should be a faster way to do this. 2. 3. And the last one. 4. And then we've got to do the green one as well. So the green one, green dye. We'll do the lime green dye, I think. Oop, not the anvil. Green. Oh yeah, that's a really nice green too. Does that stand out well enough against each other? Or would dark green, cactus green work better? Cactus green would be here. Let's try both of them. I think I like the dark green better, so let's grab another leather cap. I think it stands out just a little bit more. Like so. Last one. And then I could calm down. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, green side. We put in these 4 green helmets. I don't want to give them any more armor, because the more armor you give them, the longer it is, the harder it is to kill people. Which means that you'll easily be able to get just from one side to the other. Absolutely no problem. That's no fun. Okay, and then the last thing that we need to do is we just need to give them 4 arrows each. Actually, no, if we need to give them, well, a stack each would probably be more than enough. Let's give them 4 stacks each, though. And the reason why I'm doing that is I know they've got an affinity bow, meaning that they only need 1 arrow. But when they die, that's actually going to be a problem with the bow as well, isn't it? Because when they die, they're going to lose the bow. And if the other team picks up the bow, then you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so I'll have to put some more bows down off camera. That's not a problem. I won't bother with that now. But we could easily, like, have, I don't know, like 1 chest full of bows if necessary. But that looks pretty good. That's got the initial setup of it, at least. That looks so cool. Alright, and then a path can easily run up the back here and can even go in between there if we wanted to. There's all the green side all covered up. I love it. I think that looks so cool. We are going to leave it there, though. I think that game is now complete. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!